Hi, this is Kathy McBreen, president of Millionaire Corner. We are excited today to have our relationship expert, Palika Trudeau, available to talk to us about re-energizing relationships. Palika is one of the partners of Trudeau Transformations, and she has a master's in psychology. Hi, Palika, how are you? Let me ask you, what is the most common reason for disconnection in a relationship?
People will get caught up in making the external more important than the internal. So the busyness of life, making everything really grand, getting the feeling that quality comes solely from things like more activity and bigger, faster, farther kind of
So,
situations.
you mentioned reprioritizing. How do you make your spouse stop and reprioritize? And what happens if his priorities aren't the same as yours?
Great question. Well, first of all, it comes from the intensity behind your own clarity. So the first step is to get your own clarity, and that's going to influence everything in the conversation. And how you do that is project 5 years ahead. And if you continue on the trajectory of how things are going now, where will you be then? So it kind of brings things to it magnifies what the situation will become, so you can feel more urgency and more clarity about why you need to sit down and have that conversation. Another thing is what your role models. So for your children, whatever they're experiencing in relationship between the heads of the family, that's their what they're going to grow up and potentially duplicate. So do you have the time to wait to prioritize sitting down and aligning? And if you have a family then it's something that it's easy to come to terms with what your goals are, because the children are the center, so you can center everything around what the impact is on the children, if there's children.
How do you learn to value romance when you're surrounded with the kids?
Mm. So it's really about, first of all, making it a priority and deciding, you know what, we really need to make romantic connection important. It's vital. And then you look for ways to create it in your everyday life. And if you thought about it, these can actually be incredibly romantic rituals because it's important to them. It's their priority that they want to create a connection.
Palika, can you give me the three most important words or tips that you would give to someone to re energize their relationship?
Mm. Well, first of all, you need to be on the same team together. And being on the same team, then you can become each other's biggest fans. So that's kind of like a big action to get, mixed
Yeah.
up. And it's a mindset really that we want to, I mean, everything actually comes from that. From there, then you're really appreciating each other and you express appreciation all the time. Like, thank you for making lunch for the kids, or thanks for taking them to school today. And you genuinely feel that, and that we're on a team and there's some excitement around that. And another thing is just what something I actually mentioned earlier, just really looking for the opportunities to create connection.
So, what approaches work well for high end clients that need relationship advice? And what are the main challenges that you help them address?
I see a lot of avoiding genuine intimacy and a lot of emotional walls and getting caught up in things that are really not that important. And in doing so, I mean, there's so many examples I can think of. Let's say they're building a house and they have this wonderful budget and they can have anything they want. And they're just creating opportunities to be in conflict
Mm-hmm.
around something that could actually be really wonderful, that we're doing this together, we're creating this home, let's take decisions and, just really appreciate each other and the contribution you bring. So that's just an example of general ways that people start interacting in the relationship. And then one day turns into a week and a month and years go by, and there's just this kind of thread of unfulfilling.
Can you tell us more about the private couples retreats that you do? What happens during them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, private couples retreats is a concierge style service, and it's really an immersion where you spend approximately 2.5 days together. It's not cookie cutter, so it's just according to what is going on, what the couple needs, what they want. Sometimes it's in their own home, sometimes it's in a vacation spot that they like, and you can make it a little vacation ish, going out to dinner or going on walks on the beach and adding some fun elements into it to kind of break up some of the immersion intensity. But really what we're doing is we're addressing all of the issues that is in the relationship.
Okay.
And a lot of healing can take place, trust issues or reoccurring problems that just keep coming up. And ultimately, we create a new system for the relationship to thrive. You get it clear on who each person is, what they really want to experience in relationship, and start generating that on a multiple levels, not just in the external and the actions that they do every day, but also in their mindsets, how they're even thinking about each other. Because from a cognitive psychology standpoint, everything starts in the thoughts. It's thinking, then feeling, then how we act. So I really love getting down to what's happening inside people's heads and the stories they're building about each other and the evidence they're gathering to support these stories that are often negative. And then your hearts can't be open. So it's really about getting down to the bottom of everything that's not working, addressing it, healing it, and then creating a new system where they can really thrive and be happy.
Why do you think this private hands on instruction is so popular these days?
Because people get to a point where things have generally gotten out of control in their relationship and they don't know how to fix it. It's just gotten to this point where they need someone to come in and solve it, and they you can't do it 1 hour a week, because in that 1 hour, by the time they're done just talking about a couple things, it gets shut off, and then they go back to their life. You just can't make the kind of impact. And people, when they want something done, when they want something taken care of, when they got to that point, they want it now, and this is just the most
Mhm.
effective way.
How long and intensively do you work with most of your clients?
Usually we have an ongoing relationship, the way how people have a financial advisor or a family lawyer or somebody
Mhm.
who handles things. So I become their relationship consultant, and I'm available to support them and other members of the family. Maybe I'm just dealing with the couple, but there's family legacy,
Mhm.
consulting, where adult children or children that are not adults, all different ages,
Or
and
should be adults?
should be adults, exactly. There are all kinds of situations, and they want someone they can trust, and that they know that they can come in and it's going to be private, and nobody knows their business and just can handle everything on call. Often they'll call and just, okay, this is happening, and you can come in and just intercept and harmonize the situation before it even gets out of control. So the relationship can go on for a long time.
Do you have any other thoughts for our viewers today?
Yes, there's a saying I saw that I really enjoy, and it's, if you love what you have, you will have everything you need. And I think it's beautiful to think about that, especially when we have the opportunity to have so much in our
Mhm.
life. And then we want to get the next thing and the next thing. And then in all of that, we're avoiding creating that quality connection with what we have, which is our relationship. So I think that people should really prioritize creating high quality connection in their life, because then they will really be fulfilled and everything will be meaningful and beautiful.
Well, that's great. Well said. Palika, thanks so much for being here today. We look forward to seeing you again. And this is Kathy McBreen from Millionaire Corner. Thanks for watching.